Hey everyone, Raj here. Today I'm back with a review on a fragrance from the house of Creed, and this one is part of their Aqua Originale line, which is it's fairly new. It came out a few months ago, or maybe it came out last year, but it's quite new to the Creed line. It's all about fresh, kind of summery, lighter style fragrances, which to be honest is what you could say for a lot of other Creed fragrances. But these ones do have they have their own style, which are different from the other Creed fragrances. And this one I'm going to be reviewing is Vetiver Geranium. So this is the box. I'm getting a lot of light shining off this, so I'm gonna have to hold it at an angle. Good box, looks good, and the I like the design of the bottle. I think the bottle looks cool too. The only problem is that the Creed caps. I don't know like how they can just continuously put out bottles with really loose caps. I mean, obviously, when you're picking up a bottle, you're going to hold it by here, but sometimes if you pick it up like that, it can become a bit loose. And also, it's not nice to have something which is quite cheap on top of what is quite an expensive product. Depends where you get it from, though, because in the UK, this costs £165 for 100 ml. US is $315. I got mine from a European website, a French-based one called Nose.fr, and I got it for, actually I've got it up here. I got it for, well, the price now is 153 euros, but I think I paid a little bit less, but you know, it's a much better price than full retail anyway. So the notes on this one, top notes of lemon, Granny Smith apple, bergamot, rose. In the middle there is rose, geranium, and cinnamon, and the base notes are cedar, vetiver, patchouli, musk, and amber. So I feel that Creed have used this similar style accord, this sort of Granny Smith lemon style accord, rose in Aventus, in this one, in Spice and Wood also. This is definitely a very, very fresh fragrance, suitable, I think, for spring and summer. You can wear it in colder weather if you want to, just to kind of change things up. I like to do that from time to time. Longevity was okay. I get about 5 or 6 hours, nothing sort of fantastic. I feel that this works actually quite well in humid weather, which is something I experienced for the first time yesterday when I wore this. As my scent of the night definitely performed well. It doesn't sort of jump off the skin. The first couple of hours, it's going to be noticeable, but it does. It is one of those fragrances that stays a little bit closer and is all very sort of light. And even though this is a fresh fragrance, it has elements in the fragrance which I don't want to say make it darker, but there's definitely some earthiness and some woodiness in here, which I'll mention a little bit later. So in the opening, you get an almost acidic type of lemon. The acidity also comes from the Granny Smith apple. So this is their interpretation of that. And if anybody knows, just generally green apples, when you cut into them, they're very juicy and they can almost be quite sour on the tongue. And that's kind of translated into a scent. So it's quite tart and it's very uplifting. I really like the opening. Yeah, you also get this rose, a very sweet rose just in the background. And actually, this is a really well blended fragrance. I like the notes, the ingredients a lot. They do stand out quite a bit. There's also a bit of lemongrass in there, adding a kind of almost lemongrass is it's a very interesting type of scent. It is almost like gingery mixed in with lemon, kind of. To be honest, that's probably not the best way of describing it, but it's not exactly like a citrus. It's kind of grassy, lemongrass, right? So as the fragrance develops, you get this geranium that comes through, and geranium is very rosy in itself, and it's kind of like a waxy styled floral. It works really well, and really then what comes in, which is quite surprising to me, is actually a patchouli note. It's not a dark, smoky, earthy patchouli, but it is very noticeable. It's almost very grassy. It's very earthy as well. but overall quite smooth and very noticeable. And that's a different element to this fragrance because I didn't really expect that to come through. It really adds a kind of almost slightly darker twist to this, what is pretty much a fresh fragrance. And it's nice, although I do feel that some people might find this patchouli note a little bit strange. I like it. I think it's pretty good. And then, so what else happens in this fragrance? I've actually done a fresh spray about 10 minutes ago. Yeah, I mean, you get a bit of a sweet ambery type of chord and a sweetness that you might find in a few other Creed fragrances. Millésime Impérial comes to mind, maybe Spice and Wood, and also Jardin d'Amalfi. You know, I think that Creed uses this kind of sweet ambery rose, lemon, apple type of chord quite well, and you see it in quite a few other fragrances. And this is just another one of them. But for me, this is a fragrance definitely worth owning, definitely worth trying. Um, not really much more to say. I like it. I'm going to give it a rating of 8 out of 10. It's the only Creed fragrance I have in a full size at the moment, but I've had so many other Creed fragrances in the past, and this is probably one of my favorites. It just so happens that this is the only bottle I have at the moment anyway. So guys, if you have tried Aqua Originale, the line, or if you've just tried this fragrance, let me know your thoughts. What do you think about it? Do you dislike it? Do you dislike it or do you like it? And it would be good to hear from you guys. Check out my Facebook page where I basically just do posting of scent of the days now and again. It's not like I'm not posting every single day, but you'll get some good content, I hope. I've also got a new cigar-related channel, LDN Cigar Smoker, so check that out. And I'll see you guys soon. Bye.